Welcome back, everyone. I didn't hear anything what was going on the chat. Louise, what was going on the chat? Anyway, I'll miss that one. I'll read it after. I hope you're all doing well, even if you're not doing well, that you're okay with it. So today, I would like to start with a quick 3 to 4 minute shake, do 2 yin poses or something like that, and then move into our meditation. We'll do a specific meditation called RAIN, which is the letters stand for recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. And then afterwards we feel the presence that we're left with after that process. And this is really done in Buddhist meditation. We've done it basically throughout all of the sessions. These aspects have been there. We'll just put them together really today. I mean, we've put them together before without naming it so much, but we'll do it again today. And it's a beautiful way to work with your emotions. And again, I think it's very true that for you to kind of feel presence and for you to be able to call on love, you first have to contact your emotions. And it can only happen after you've contacted your emotions. And it doesn't always mean that you have to contact painful emotions. It's also about feeling good. Those are your emotions too. Or, oh God, my microphone. Yeah, I think it's fine. Feeling good, or it could be any kind of emotion. It's basically being in contact with yourself. And the more you practice that, the easier it becomes. And then the more after you've been in touch with your emotions, you can call upon love to feel the love that's already there, the easier that gets too, because it becomes one of those, it becomes a pathway in your brain. It becomes a nature. Yeah. And this is also the time to do it, because if during this time enough of us do it, enough of us are able to contact our emotions, recognize them, allow them, investigate them, and nurture them, and then through that come to that place of love and presence, then this becomes a norm, like a bigger energy which carries us forward as humanity and as the world. So we need to, the more people that do it, the bigger that underlying energy gets, and hopefully the world sees a change. And of course, we don't know when that happens, but all we can do is do it ourselves. And that's where everything starts. So something to look forward to. Okay, I'm going to go and stand up. We'll do a quick 3 minute shake, and then onto 1 or 2 yin poses, onto the meditation. So to be quickly with this shake, start to bounce already on the heels. So you're bending one knee, and the bounce is gentle. So you don't have to lift the heels up high. I just lift them up a little bit and kind of find a little rhythm with that. In the beginning, it can be a bit awkward, and then you find that rhythm. And remember what we're doing here. We're shaking it all up for it to settle afterwards back to coherence, back to an organized state. So we're accessing ourselves as being a little bit disorganized, which we usually are after a day, or sometimes even after a night, after certain dreams. For some of you, it's morning. And then start to shake your right hand. And even if you're organized right now, then the shaking is only fun, and it'll be even more organized after. Shake your elbow, shake your whole shoulder on the right side, and then the left, your hand, your wrists, the elbow, and then the shoulder, and then both arms at the same time. Keep bouncing, alternate heels. Good. Shake out your head a little bit. Deep breath in. Sound. Ha. And when you make that sound, settle that energy. Way. Good. And then shake your wrist, your waist, and your hips. And really put a little bit of effort into shaking your hips and your waist. I have to be careful not to shake off my mic pack. And you can also feel how that loosens out the lower back and the buttocks. Shake a little more till you feel quite tired in that area. See if you can reach the intestines and the internal organs with the shaking. If you can let them go so they feel the vibration of it. And then shake out your right leg quite vigorously. Shake out your left leg. And then shake out the whole body. So bounce now with the heels down. The quickly bending and straightening of the legs. The legs are never completely straight. It's just bending towards straight. Deep breath in. Way. And then imagine that big bucket of ice cold water. Inhale. Exhale, shake everything out. As if you get a freezing cold water over you. Okay, come to stillness. Feel what that's done. Knees are soft, feet are grounded. Open your eyes. Inhale, lift your elbows. Float your energy, exhale, settle. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Palms up. Elbows again. Float your energy, feel everything becoming light and airy. Exhale, settle it, sink a little bit. Sink your energy to stillness. Settling. Palms up, inhale along the midline. Float. Exhale, sink. Feel the floating and the airiness. Feel the sinking as you're exhaling and the settling into stillness. Into the lower dantian, the lower energy center in the belly. One more time, palms up. Floating, becoming light. Exhale. Settling. Relax. Come to sit. So we're going to do quarter of a dog pose. So you can place your forearms on the floor and place your right arm across the body. And then you extend your left arm out in front and you rest your forehead probably on the forearm of the right arm. Maybe just before or behind, it doesn't really matter. Your hips are more or less over the knees, so the hips are not on the heels but higher up. And where your left arm is, whether it's off a little to the left or straight forward, is up to you. Make sure you don't feel pinching in the shoulder, but that you feel a pleasant stretch. You can walk the hand forward and then pull it back a little bit and allow the elbow to move towards the floor. And then stay here. Stay here while I come out of it, but you stay, because I can't really talk in that pose with the microphone. So you stay where you are. And we'll stay for about a minute. Louise, can you turn on the timer? Yeah, stay for about a minute. And follow your breath. And adjust the pose, of course, if it feels painful or anything like that. Adjust the pose. And notice the breath. And if you wish, incorporate a pause at the top of the in-breath and a pause at the bottom of the out-breath. And the pause can be, for example, 2 counts. So you inhale, you hold the breath for 2 counts, you exhale, and you hold the breath for 2 counts. And you keep going. So we call it almost the box breath, maybe not quite similar, the in and the in-breath and the holds count-wise, but it's okay. Just inhale naturally, hold for 2 counts, exhale naturally, and stay empty for 2 counts. And forget about everything else. This is a nice little heart opener, chest opener. Okay. And we've been in there now for about 1.5 minutes. What you can do to come out is walk your left hand back Engage your abdominals a little bit and press into your left hand to come out of the pose. Just for a moment, round the spine up to the ceiling as a counter pose. And then come down for the other side. So place the forearms down again. Left arm across. Walk your right hand to the front somewhere. Away from the body, a little out or in. Just make sure it feels good to the shoulder. And then as you've walked it out, you gently draw it back and allow the elbow to sink towards the floor. And we stay here for another minute and a half. So be in the pose and come back to your breath where you inhale to your regular pace and you hold the breath to the count of 2 and you exhale and you stay empty to the count of 2 and stay in the pose. And relax as much as possible. In. Hold for the count of 2. Exhale. Hold for the count of 2. Keep going with the breath. And then gently, you can come out by drawing your right hand back towards underneath the shoulder, engaging your abdominals, and then press into your hand to come out onto all fours. And as a counter pose again, rounding the spine. And moving a little bit here. And then begin to move a little freely. So you could circle, for example, with your rib cage vertically. And then circle the other direction. And then roll onto your thighs. Come to the floor and come onto the forearms for Sphinx Pose. So you place your elbows more or less underneath your shoulders, perhaps a little forward of the shoulders. If you've got something, I love having something supporting my ribcage, because if something supports my ribcage, there's not that much pressure. I don't have to hold myself up on my arms, and my trapezius muscles around the shoulder can really relax. So it makes it a lot easier on my neck and shoulders, which I can feel some tightness now and then. So this, but you don't have to have something underneath the rib cage. Let's do the same breath, a little bit stronger now. Can you breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 4, and hold the out breath to the count of 4. I'll count for you 1 or 2 rounds, and then you can do your own counting. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. You can bring it back down to 3 or 2 if it's too tiring for the lungs, or you can keep going in this rhythm. Don't overtire your lungs. There's nothing positive about pushing it. It's just exploring what you can do and what feels right still. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. And then slowly finish the exhalation and then come all the way down for a moment, resting the forehead on the hands. Relax the head, the neck. Take a deep breath into the whole back. Exhale. And then you can help yourself up to a seated position for the meditation. For the rain meditation, it's really quite helpful if you sit. Lying down will not be, you won't be alert enough to do this. So sitting is really the way to go for this one. So you can sit on a couch or on a chair, of course. Sit with a straight back to help yourself remain alert. With an open chest, and close your eyes. And for a moment, just feel your breath. And allow the breath to find its natural rhythm. Know we're doing this all together. You're not alone. Take a moment to observe how the body feels. And feel the floor, the earth, somewhere underneath the floor supporting your body. Really aware of the solidity and the stability. And then I'd like you to tune into how you feel, if there's any emotions present. So for those of you who aren't kind of dealing with something right now, you can just note the positive emotions that are there and just enjoy that. But this is really more to investigate the sort of underlying, niggling emotions that could be there. Maybe fear or slight anxious emotions or sadness or anything like that. And what helps is to notice it, but to make a mental note. So you kind of say to yourself, anxiety or feeling fearful, or just name it so that you acknowledge it. It's the acknowledging state of, the recognizing state of rain. It could be maybe it's very physical. But can you feel the emotional quality? Worry or sadness or grief or fear or anger, jealousy, whatever's there. Make a mental note, mentally noting, and then allow. And allowing means you just allow it to be for a little bit without trying to change it, trying to get rid of it or make it better, just being with it. So this is the A part of rain, the allowing phase. Just be with it for a bit. Don't get involved. Don't try and change it. Be the loving awareness. This is a wave, and this wave is welcome. An emotion is a wave. Remember, you are the ocean, and this wave is welcome. This wave of the ocean belongs. So be with it. Let it be. It doesn't have to go anywhere. And then let's move into the investigate part of it. So where do you feel this in your body? So make it physical. Come out of your head. So for example, if you feel sadness, where do you notice this in your body? Where does this sit? Where do you hold it? Your issues are in your tissues. It's a saying and it's very true. So where are you holding it? And how does that feel in your body? Is it tight or tingling or butterflies or racing, or what does it feel like? Is it a dark feeling or a light feeling? And it could be helpful to place your hand there where you feel it. It could be in your elbow, it could be on your heart, it could be in your belly. You can place your hand there to help you keep your attention on it. So it helps to keep you focused, but also to nurture that feeling, to bring some loving energy already into it. Which is the next state, is the N of nurturing. But let's first stay with the feeling for a moment in the body. And what does this vulnerable part of you need? What does it need? And this is where we move into the nurture as well. Any kind of fear, if that's what you're working with, or any kind of strong emotion, needs safety. So with that hand, let some love wash through it. Invite some love to move through and into that emotion. Or you can maybe send a tender message. So give it a tender message to that place. You can whisper something that you'd like to give to that feeling we're investigating, that part of you. Something like, may you be happy, may you relax. Even when you feel like this, may you feel loved. of it's okay. You can also say it's okay to feel this. It's going to be okay. What does this vulnerable part of you need? What does it like to hear? Or the nurturing phase we've also done, that can be that you imagine a being like the Buddha or your grandmother or Kuan Yin that sends their love to it. So it can bring love through your hand into that area. So this is the healing phase. And it won't all heal at once, but remember, for us to access presence and love, we have to first contact the reality of our being, the reality of our emotional life, like what's really going on with it. Otherwise we cannot reach the truth of who we are. It's so clear. So then allow yourself to relax and tune into that love, that light that lies in all of our hearts, the light of awareness. And remember, presence is the ocean. And when you do this process, it's easier to start to trust the presence, which is like the ocean. And this presence, this ocean, is more who you are than the waves, the ones we've just been working with. And in time, that's what you start to trust if you work through the emotions and you end up eventually, after the nurturing phase, into the love, the loving awareness that holds it all. And maybe another message for yourself from presence, from this love that we're tuning into. Wish yourself well. May we be happy. May we be able to access our emotions and be with how we feel without fear. Courageously. Standing open and strong. Being present to what is, so that it's also easy for us and it opens the way to access presence and love. And may we all tune into all of us meditating. May we all get closer and closer to ourselves. And in any moment of the day, may we be able to access these portals of presence. Like, what does our hands feel like, our feet? Do we feel any pressure in the body or any freedom? What is our emotional state? Can we breathe and be aware of our breath? These are all portals that bring you home to yourself, away from those thousands of things that can distract you and that influence you. So use these portals of presence, this truth of being with yourself, with your emotions. You can quickly do rain if emotions tend to spiral out of control. And then coming back to that loving awareness, holding it all, that ocean that you really are, in which all these waves come and go, arise and fall back into. And then from your heart, feel into your whole body with kindness. You can say the words thank you 3 times to yourself. And then prepare to come back. On the next inhalation, you can open your eyes. Becoming aware again fully of your body. And the space you're in. So thank you so much for joining me. So leave me a note how this was for you. I'd love to hear about it. And before I go, Genevieve, it's your birthday. So happy birthday to you. You're wonderful. You're always here. So community, let's send some good wishes and loving, especially some extra loving kindness to Genevieve. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. So tomorrow, make sure you put thick socks on and something warm because you'll get an yoga nidra. Of course, some exercise. So thank you again. Don't forget to practice some more movement to keep your vital energy up and to stay strong in yourself and in the world. And there's a suggested class again in the description that I think would be great for today. And I'll see you back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me in this meditation. And it's really, 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 if you practice this and you get the hang of it and you can be quick in it, you can do it during the day, quickly, you can take time for it. It's so, so beneficial. Thank you so much.